Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Perennial by Jinjer. This song comes as a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it. So at this point, I've heard a few songs by Jinjer. Of course, I've heard Pisces, which is like the song that every music reviewer worth anything does. But then, I continued to listen to them after that. So, there's a song that I actually really like from them that I'm blanking on the name right now. But I'm sure if you guys go back through my catalog of videos, you'll see that I've reacted to a few of their songs at this point. Who's Gonna Be the One? I think that was it. That's the song that I really like. Anyway, I have Teacher. That's another one. Love that song from them. Sorry, it's all coming back to me now. So anyway, really enjoyed what I've heard from them so far. Really enjoyed the heaviness, and I really like the singer. I like her sort of clean vocals, and then also her dirty screaming vocals. I think she does both really well. So looking forward to this one. Hopefully it gives me much of the same. Now the request was to specifically do the live version at Wacken in 2019, open air, that whole thing. So that's exactly what we're doing here. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. And I just remembered I also heard a cover of Nirvana's Territorial Pissings from this band as well. So yeah, I've heard a little bit from them, and I've liked everything. So here we go. Let's give it a shot. This is again Jinjer Perennial live at Wacken Open Air 2019. Let's do it.
Dankeschön, Germany. Well, with the next song, we must say goodbye to you. But rather not goodbye, but see you next time.
This autumn feels like funeral to me, the longest song of grief, and not for what has passed, but for what shall last.
Alright, Germany, put it!
Exhausted nights always so tragic and so eternal. Our walls spectacular killers, ridiculous ourselves. Death blows our slowly, crawling to our toes, as the last lift is falling out lonely.
I'm here with her. I'm dressed with a few petals on my breast. Wish I'd open eyes to make the landscape still the same. much fucking... Well, we've heard a lot of great things about you, but it's about expectations, man. You're fucking amazing! And stay amazing. Thank you so much, and see you someday. Mwah.
Hell, that was fantastic. That was a good song. At first, it started off a little helter-skelter. I was like, okay, where are they going to go with this? But once they kind of got it on track, it was a lot of fun to listen to. Just the heaviness from everything, the bass, guitar, the drums, and then of course the singer's voice. Man, it still amazes me that she can sing so beautifully, and then also is able to really, convincingly and very proficiently scream those other parts of the song. I mean, she does both so well. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed also that sort of bridge, that breakdown there. It was a good song. I liked it a lot. I mean, Jinjer is really surprising me with how much I've liked them, and I gotta say, again, every music reviewer who does metal has done Pisces at some point, and so I've seen quite a few of them, and it's just I think that's what people use to as here is your entryway into this band, and it's fine. But honestly, as much as that song gets recommended to music reviewers like myself, to me, it's been the weakest song out of all the ones I've heard from them. I've really enjoyed a lot of the other songs that you guys have been recommending. So, Jinjer has a fan in me now. I really enjoy what they've been able to do here. So, let's take a look at it. Let's talk about the lyrics, of course. So, this autumn feels like funeral to me, the longest song of grief, and not for what has passed, but for what shall last. Exhausted nature is so tragic and suicidal. Oh, how spectacular she is when she kills herself. Death throes are slowly crawling to her toes, and as the last leaf is falling off her head. I'm here with her undressed, with a few petals on my breasts. We shared opiates and let the landscapes do the same. I love your warmth, but yet prefer to sleep in cold alone. We fixed our eyes up to the sky to see a flight send us farewell. Goodbye, may we see each other next time, so please come back to celebrate this festival of life. Then as now fly, today you reach the point of no return, now cry and then die. Tomorrow I will meet you with your cells restored. Sounds to me like a story of kind of like a phoenix, right? Like dying and then being reborn. But I think it's pretty interesting here. This autumn feels like funeral to me, the longest song of grief, and not for what is past, for what shall last. It's interesting. And so something about suicide here, right? How spectacular she is when she kills herself. Maybe it's talking about how people, I don't know, how people accuse, suicidal people as, people just seeking attention or something like that. I'm wondering if that's what it's getting at here. I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure what's going on here lyrically so far. But goodbye, may we see each other next time, so please come back and celebrate Festival of Life. Annual tradition of mass destruction in the name of total reconstruction. My biggest source of confusion, the reason of decay and disillusion. Under permanent ice, we found a breathless paradise. No, we're not dead, just enjoying coma. From the ashes of my roots, the new me will rise to live again. This is poetry of youth. This is poetry of me and you. So yeah, again, to me it sounds like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So maybe it's a story of not necessarily straight up committing suicide, but more so killing off the person you used to be to find happiness in someone else, for putting your past behind you and really moving forward. And I think that's kind of what they get at here, right? The autumn feels like a funeral to me, the longest song of grief, but not for what is past, but for what shall last. Essentially, again, I'm killing off the person I used to be, and now I'm trying to be someone else. And there's a lot of grief in that, because you are taking on sort of this new challenge, this new person that you aspire to be, and that can be kind of difficult to hold up to that. So I'm wondering if that's what it's getting at. Just that's what I get from some of the lines I'm seeing here. From the ashes of my roots, the new me will rise to live again. This is poetry of youth. This is poetry of me and you. So very interesting lyrically, I want to say. Even if I'm not entirely sure what's going on, I think there's a lot that you can really just interpret here. I mean, honestly, like I have my interpretation that I just told you about, killing the old self and kind of becoming someone anew. But I think, I'm sure there's plenty of interpretations that people can really take away from this. And I think it's always interesting when an artist is able to do that, and when people are really able to see themselves or to see what they want to see in your lyrics, where you leave it just vague enough that they can get that out of it. So I thought it was great. 2 thumbs up lyrically. As far as the instrumentation goes, like I said, a lot of heaviness that I like here. I'm a fan of metal. Don't get me wrong. Don't confuse it by the appearance. I love heavy music. So those drums, I think, were very heavy. The guitar was very heavy, and a lot of really good bass work throughout as well. That again just provided that nice energy to the song. Started off a little helter skelter, but once they kind of got it, they tightened up a little bit. I was like, yeah, this is a really nice groove to this song. But I gotta say, as much as I love the heaviness, I really loved this bridge where they really slowed it down, kind of let it breathe for a little bit, and kind of let her sing. Her voice was beautiful during that bridge section. I'm really glad they threw that in there. I feel like the song is better for it. So, and then of course they picked it up and finished off on a high note. So, fantastic work from them instrumentally. And then of course I've mentioned, I always forget her name. It's Tatiana, right? Yeah. She does a fantastic job singing. Again, her voice was gorgeous during that bridge section. Again, I'm so impressed that she's able to sing so beautifully while still hitting those screamy, deeper notes throughout her performance. I mean, that is really, really impressive. And that's one thing I really appreciate about metal. I love when a metal vocalist can do both. They can sing and they can scream. It's what draws me to bands like Trivium or even Slipknot. As much as I love metal, I typically don't enjoy metal songs where it's all screaming all the time. I really like for them to mix it up and give me a little bit of both. And so when an artist can really do that really well, I think it really catches my attention and holds my attention and makes me appreciate the song even more. So that's one thing I've really appreciated about Jinjer, is that their singer can do that. So instrumentally and vocally, for sure, I give it 2 thumbs up. And then as far as the replay value goes, look, this one's going on the playlist. There was just a lot to enjoy here. Lyrically, it's interesting. Instrumentally, there's a lot of nice heaviness to it, but also that bridge section is undeniably just beautiful and calming in a lot of ways. Vocally, it's very interesting. She again hits those deeper screaming notes while still holding a beautiful melody in many parts of the song. So this is a very, very good one. It's going on the playlist for sure. I give it 2 thumbs up there as well. So thank you so much for whoever requested this one. This is a really good song. As always, if you would like to request something as well, just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to get to it. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you should be able to find this song is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below, and it has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. Of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.